Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's meeting of the Phrancko Sweater Knitters. Looks like we've got a good group here today, and you can join us also. If you're seeing this video, come and join the website, phrancko.com. It doesn't cost anything to sign up, and then you can find the link to the meeting. We meet every week at what time? 2:30 p.m.
30.
Pacific time, 2:30 Pacific time. Look up what time that is in your time zone. And we would love to have you join us and show us what you're working on with your knitting projects. Hello, Wally.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Ronnie.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Ronnie.
Mary. Your microphone is muted, Mary. We can't hear you. Okay.
There
Now,
you go.
Yes,
There you
now
go.
we can
I
hear
said
you.
I'm half through with the rectangles. Yay.
Yay.
Hey.
Hi, Jan.
Hi.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
Hi, Sumner.
Hey.
Hi, Serena.
Hello.
Hi, Will.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Judith.
Hello, everyone.
And hi, Jenny.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Jenny. Missed you last week.
Thank you. Well, I'm not here last week.
No, I think it was 2 weeks ago we missed you.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I thought I was
Hard
here
to
last
keep
week.
up with it.
I was too.
No, you missed one time, and that's all we remember about you.
I know. You're a pillar of our community.
Yes. Well, my cold got better, and I think I'm fine. I think my voice is a little hoarse today. I'm not sure why, but I'm doing well. So I'm
Good.
back online, got my knitting going.
Sure, it's not all the smoke that's in California.
That's down south. That's
God.
the Los Angeles area, and I'm in the San Francisco area. In San Francisco, in fact.
Your state is burning up.
It is. It is.
It's terrible.
LA yesterday, and the smoke from all the fires is just hideous.
Mm.
Mm.
Hmm.
I
So,
know.
Will, I sent you a chat with that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Can I start off with a Phrancko?
Certainly.
So I completed the body of my sweater.
Oh my God. Look at this. 2 seconds. He does it in 2 seconds.
Yes.
Oh,
And
it's
this is that yarn that Ron gave me.
Yes.
That's a
I
great
just
color.
this is the V-neck. Isn't that the best color?
It's a great
Yeah.
color.
Oh,
Pretty,
it's
very nice.
perfect.
Yes.
Lovely yarn. This is Ron's Marisol Chusku, which is 100% Corriedale.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Just knits up gorgeous. And
Mm.
this is after just being crunched in a ball all day because I thought I would have time to knit.
Mm.
I haven't touched. So there's 2 days this week. I didn't touch needles. I was so busy.
Mm.
Uh,
How dare them?
what gauge are you getting with that yarn?
So this is knit on US 7. 18.5 stitches over 4 inches and 30 stitches over 4 rows.
All right.
Blocked.
Mm.
And I'm getting the same, very close to the same unblocked.
Interesting.
This does, when it blocks, it blooms a little bit,
Mhm.
but I gain one row over 4 inches. So that's pretty insignificant. But it gets a little fuller, which is kind of a nice thing to know and really important when you're swatching. To make sure you block that swatch. Do not order your sweater if you haven't blocked your swatch.
And enter those measurements in the website to generate your pattern.
Yeah, like when you're right, when I generate it on your website, make sure you're doing the washed and blocked swatch
First.
first, right? 'Cause your unblocked stitches. Well, you know, I've been excited and not done it and then paid for it later. Because you get so excited, and it's stupid. I get excited because I got a new yarn and I'm just gonna go with it. Well, and then it's not gonna fit.
It's why we all skip making swatches. We are so tempted to do that. We just want to get into the project.
Right. And
That's
then
huge.
the projects, we don't like it because we didn't swatch it.
That's right.
Cindy's not here, but she has a good method. She swatches while she's working one project. So she's
Yeah.
ready to go with the next.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yes.
That's what I'm doing with this. I got
tried
this
doing that.
beautiful yarn I just sent over to Will.
Mhm.
This is Fiber
Oh.
Company,
Oh, it's
Acadia.
gorgeous.
It's a great blend, and I didn't think it would grow too much. It's 60% wool, 20% alpaca, and 20% silk.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make a gorgeous, like, mock turtleneck.
Mm-hmm. Very soft.
Yeah, really soft. I think it'll knit up great.
Mhm.
That's after the Phrancko hoodie, which is gonna be on deck. I have to swatch the hoodie finally.
I'm giving up on that hoodie, Sumner.
I am
I've been
not giving
waiting
up
too
on that
long for
hoodie.
it.
I finished the body of your sweater in 2 weeks, Frank.
God.
You know I can make that hoodie.
I know you can do it in
But
probably a
I'm doing
week.
boot camp. I'm in boot camp.
Oh, yeah, you're still in boot camp.
Yeah, I'm finishing lesson 10. This is week 10 on boot camp.
Oh,
How many
cool.
weeks are there?
30.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my God. 30.
I'll be finished in February, where I then start the MHK program
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
with confidence, because I started it before
yeah.
and I was like, you know, you think you're good. Oh, you know, and I'm cocky anyway. You've all met me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, no, I don't know enough. I need to back up and learn a little bit first. So that's what I'm doing. And thank you.
Well, Sandra, you weren't here when I greeted everyone, and I like to greet everybody when they come in. So, hi, how are you today?
Hi. Hi, I am so glad I got to join up. I think I've been out for 2 weeks. We've been traveling.
Oh, well, it's really nice to have you back.
Thanks. I was so excited, even though I got here a little bit after you started, but so I missed the warm-up comments. I hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Mhm.
When we get ready, I have a couple of Phrancko Sweater questions.
Now's as good a time as any.
Okay, so like I'm super adventurous knitter. Don't mind ripping out. Don't mind. I just don't mind modifying or anything. And I'm just frozen about actually hitting that submit button or whatever and getting my pattern printed out for the sweater I want to make for my son-in-law. And the reason is, is I measured his neck and it's 14 inches, but he has really tall biceps. And when he had his sweater on, like I measured this physical, but I didn't measure an actual shirt neck opening. And I think, Frank, I emailed you a little bit about this. And so from the top of his shoulders to the top of the crew neck ribbing, it needs to be a 4-inch drop. So when I put in my measurements in the Phrancko website, it always shows something like 3 inches. I can't get it to get down to 4 inches. And so I'm okay. I wanted to check with you, like I'm okay putting in, say, what would it be? Maybe a 17 and a, let's see if his neck's 14, say a 16 and a half inch opening.
But
I
17.
don't recommend that. That will
17?
probably make much too large a neck.
Okay.
Uh, here's the problem. The schematic calculates something as the neck depth,
Mhm.
but that's the least accurate measurements in the schematic.
Okay.
I really don't know. Is that measuring from the top of the shoulder? Is it measuring from the back of the neck? Is it? It's a calculated measurement that I can't quite figure out what it's measuring. If that makes
Okay. Sure. What the
Um,
base, the
so-
beginning point is. Okay.
yeah. When he buys a button-up shirt, what size neck does he buy?
That I don't know. I could ask him.
That would be a good measurement to go by. If he's probably buying a 14 or 14 and a half. If his neck measures at 14, maybe he doesn't wear ties with a buttoned-up shirt. That's another problem today. But I used to know that I was a 17 because I bought 17 shirts and they fit snugly across my neck.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so just to be really dumb, so if a man's button-up shirt says a 16 to 16 and a half, that's the measurement around the collar, the inside
Yes.
of the collar.
yes, that's
Okay.
the measurement I would enter if that's what he's comfortable wearing when he's wearing a tie.
Okay.
Now, you also have other options. You're talking about a crew neck, I suppose, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Well, once you buy the crew neck, you actually get 3 different patterns and they are different depths of neckline. So
Inside my
inside the
one.
pattern, in that one pattern,
Okay.
you can do the original, which is the tightest. You can do something called the round neck, which is a little bit lower. And then you can do a scoop neck, which is supposed to be 5 inches. So it's like a woman's scoop neck sweater. I don't think men usually wear scoop neck sweaters, but I suppose you could.
But I could look at those different rates of increases in joining and try and I guess when I do this, I'm doing the saddle style. And I
Oh,
can,
no, this is not for the saddle. This is only for the
oh,
crew neck.
sorry. No,
So,
it's the
yes.
saddle.
Oh, you're doing the saddle. So yeah, that's only comes in one neck size. So I would put in the size of the shirt that he likes to wear, like we said, or maybe add a half inch to it, but not more. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a real floppy, oversized hole for his head.
All right.
I have a question,
And
Frank.
one more thing, if you enter measurements and you decide you really don't like the way it's going, and you won't know that till you close the neck hole. So it'll be, you'll have to knit a while to get to the point where you're closing the neck hole. But if he's around after it's closed, you could try it on and see how it looks, but realize you're going to add an inch of ribbing to it. So it's still going to be too big. But if it really doesn't seem right and you want to change the measurements, just send me an email and I will gladly change
Figure it
the
out.
measurements after you have bought it.
Okay, we'll
You
figure it
can't
out.
change them after you bought it, but I can change them for you.
Okay. Because
Okay.
he lives 11 hours away from me. So I
Oh,
said,
so
I'll be mailing this to you and you can try it on.
no.
You can mail it. You can mail it back. And then we have kids going back and forth.
Yeah.
It's all going to work out.
Okay.
Remember, I'm knitting it on a US2. So it probably will be ready during our visitation periods. Because it'll be long.
Yes. Yes.
You'd be very safe to get his shirt size
I think so
on the
too.
collar, and he'll be fine.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
that's the number I use. I don't measure my neck, I measure my shirt size.
All right.
I put in my shirt size.
Now I'm ready. Yeah.
Great. Yes.
Would it be
Okay.
possible? Would it be possible to add additional short rows in the shoulders. There, I don't know if there's short row. I assume there are short rows in the saddle shoulder pattern, just like in the crew neck. Would it be possible to add additional short rows to sort of raise
To
the
raise the back.
slope of the neck a little more in this instance?
I guess that would be one way to do it. I would think you'd just close the neck lower. I mean,
Yeah.
the neckline is going to say make these there's going to be a section, maybe it's only 2 or 3 rounds that are diagonal decreases that make a diagonal stitch right there. And you could just add another round of that to lower it another 2 inches. I mean, another 2 rounds.
Right.
Okay.
But I think probably you'll be fine if you just enter his neck size, the shirt size that he likes to wear, and just go with it, and hopefully it'll be good. Everybody seems to be okay with it after when they do it. So,
Well, that brought up a question about, are there short rows in the saddle shoulder pattern?
that's funny. You should ask. I can't remember. I think so.
Yeah.
But they would be below the saddle. Who did a saddle shoulder recently? Has anybody done the saddle shoulder recently? Remember that? Nobody here. Okay. Well, I've done it. All right. You talk among yourselves. I'll go look at the pattern and see if it has short rows in it.
Yeah, I think isn't there 2 short rows or 1 short row?
Go
Is
ahead
it
and talk.
Is it easy to add short rows? I guess because if it's a saddle design, the short rows need to occur below the saddle shape.
That's right. If they're there, that's where they are. Yes.
Okay.
And the answer is,
Funny, I think the answer is no.
oh.
And then Phrancko, this is the on deck color for the hoodie. I changed my color. This is alpaca, ultra alpaca by Phrancko,
Oh.
but it's Aran weight. So I'm going to be doing a swatch on it.
Oh.
Very
That's
pretty.
great.
And that's going to be my hoodie.
All right.
Nice.
So excited. But I did want to get like the V-neck, because the V-neck was one of the ones that walked out the door. I don't have a V-neck anymore. So this one, I'm going to sew my name in the back, because I got labels, and I'll have a sweater soon. So hopefully I'll have a sweater next week. And then I'll have the swatch ready to go, tumbling around my bag for a week, and then we'll measure it again. Because it's
Is
alpaca.
that a green colour, Sumner? Sumner,
What?
is that a green colour, that yarn?
Yeah, this is like like an olive drab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a really like olive drab, which I love.
Yeah.
But-
Sometimes hard to see on this, the
Yeah,
colours sometimes don't come through. Yeah.
and everything over at my house, it looks so yellow. It's the lighting,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really hold true. This is the very green olive color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had a baby blue that I got
Remember.
in Cascade 220 Aran.
Yeah.
It said it was denim, but it's baby blue. So I'm like, and I like blue, and I like powder blue. But no, more into the green.
Okay, I just checked a saddle shoulder pattern and it doesn't seem to have short rows in it. And that's funny because I thought I remembered that they were there. But, and as you said, they would have been underneath the saddles. That's where I would put them. And if you want to add them there, you can.
Okay. Yeah, I would like, well, is it sloped at all to help the neck go
Um,
down?
No, I don't think so, since it doesn't.
So then I could just lower the front of the neck a little bit. Would
You
that,
could, if you
that?
really need to, but I don't know that you need to modify it. I'm not going to encourage you to modify it. I would
Okay, so
encourage
it's
you to just
not gonna be
knit
like
it
this
as
shirt.
is, and it will work.
Yeah.
All right. Just remember, I'm on US twos. It needs to
Oh,
work.
well, that means you've got a lot more work to do.
Yeah. But as long as your gauge is right on your US twos and you've
Yeah.
washed and blocked your swatch,
Yeah.
and then you count it again, you're 100% good. And that saddle shoulder has not as tight of a neck as the crew.
Oh, okay.
It is a little bit better of a fit, I find. So
Even without short rows.
even without short rows, don't modify that. Just
Okay, then I
make
won't.
it straight the way Frank did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you'll be quite happy with how it fits.
Okay.
It's impressive, that one. That's one of the ones that I had to learn the pearl row increases, because that's not as common coming around the saddle, because
Uh-huh.
going back and forth a little bit.
Okay.
But it's up there with like one of my favorite sweaters I've ever made.
Well, then that makes me feel comfortable. I'll text him here in a minute and ask him what his shirt size is, and then off we are to the races.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you'll be thrilled. It's one of those things that when you finally get there, you'll be like, this is like magic. Like, what? Are you kidding me?
I'm
Yeah,
so
it's
excited.
really exciting. And that was a very rewarding knit.
It's kind of like you're waiting for Christmas, and then when it comes,
Yeah.
you don't really want to open the gift because then Christmas is over, right?
Well, and like as it comes together and you're just doing it, it's like, this isn't gonna work. And then all of a sudden you're like, son of a bitch, here it is.
Disclaimer, I won't
Yeah.
be saying that, but okay.
I know, but sorry, Frank. You can edit that
Sandra,
out.
Do I need to bleep? I don't know.
You need to bleep
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, sorry. I don't know how to turn
With
anything
love.
off. I
With
lost my
love.
screen and everything.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're fine. I just don't want my grandkids thinking I would be saying that.
Oh, I know.
Sandra, did you show everybody the yarn? I must have missed that week.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. So I went to a couple of weeks ago. We were in Colorado where my daughter and her husband live, and we were talking about the sweater. And I promise, I just had to ratchet it back because I was just so excited. I was goofy about it. And Andy, my son-in-law, he was super excited because he has received hand knitted sweaters. You know, he's from Wisconsin, and so they used those and had those in Wisconsin, where my daughters were raised in Texas and we didn't have any of that. So, you know, and so he's all excited, I'm all excited, and my daughter's like looking at us like we're a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's see.
That's great.
The yarn is gorgeous. That's not it. Good grief. Let me get it. Hang on, let me get a hang.
Okay.
Frank, on your color sweater with the yoke pattern,
What I'm
How
working on now,
yeah, how
This one?
many, yeah, how many charts are you doing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all 6 are used on all of the sizes from 1X to 5X. And I just remove a band of charting for the smaller ones.
Sizes.
And I add extra bands using the same charts duplicated
large.
for the larger ones.
Okay. Yeah, because I'd like to make a pattern of the aspen leaf sweaters, which you saw last week. You know, the one I'm working on
Oh.
now. That.
That
Mm.
that will be a very difficult task.
Yeah, I know. I haven't decided if it's doable.
I mean, see, mine is a concentric design, concentric,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yours is radial
yes.
designs. And so you would increase your sizes by adding another pattern into the radial designs, you know, instead
That's
of
right.
10 repeats, you'd have 11 repeats.
11 repeats.
But you gotta make that be the right change in size. It'll
I
be
know.
really hard to find out to get the program to write the sizes that you need.
Yeah, I think I'd have to do it all by hand,
Yeah, each size
each
individually.
size individually.
And using your software, you can probably do that. I don't
I
think you
actually can do that. Yeah. So that's probably how I'm going to do it. But I just was curious how you did yours. So.
All right, so the yarn that I'm using is by Blue Sky. It's called Woolstock Light Fingering. It
Oh.
has a really nice soft drape. And it is 100% fine Highland wool.
Oh,
Wow,
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah, and when I swatch in the round, hang on, one catch.
Yeah.
Helper today, obviously. I did it, Frank's suggestion on how to save time.
Mhm.
The L. Well, in here I was working on different size needles, and then when I finally got the fabric I liked, then I went up into an L, and
Mhm.
it's really gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Very nice.
You love that.
Mm.
That's gonna wear so well. That's gonna just be a great indoor, outdoor sweater.
Yeah,
Just
it's just
wonderful.
better. It's wonderful.
Did
And
you get this in Colorado?
yes, I got
Because I
it.
live in Colorado, so that's why I'm asking.
You do? Okay, they live in Louisville.
Oh, okay. They don't live very far from me. Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's that, is it finger play?
Maverick.
So Maverick, I bought yarn at Maverick, but this yarn I bought in downtown Louisville at, I think it's called Finger Play.
Oh, I don't know that store.
Okay, because Maverick is
Alright.
in Lafayette.
Lafayette. Mhm.
Okay, and then there's another nice yarn store in Boulder. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
But yes, I saw this, and they had a hat made in this, and it's, oh my, it was so dreamy. So here we go. So excited.
That's
little
exciting.
Goofy about yarn, but while it's still all about me, I wanted to show you the sweater I finished.
Oh,
This is that. Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
how nice. Look at that.
oh, that's great.
Wow.
Awesome.
Hmm.
And it's just a modification of, and I don't know what sweater pattern I was using, but it had a nice.
Mama, pay attention to me.
Yes, she always does, like when whatever. But it has a nice detail there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Love that.
Nice.
Beautiful
cute.
raglan.
What a
Very
beautiful knitter you are.
Thank you.
Yes.
But I do want to share I'm going to call it a mental health moment. Because this was my first yarn that I purchased. It's Phrancko Lana, or it's like a workhorse yarn. It's not very expensive. It's all wool and it's scratchy. And it was the first yarn I ever purchased, and so I knit my first sweater out of it, and and I knit that sweater 3 times, and it still looked bad when I was done, but I was really proud of it. But I knew I wasn't going to wear it. So after a couple of years, I frogged it, and it was hard because it was my first sweater,
Mm.
Yeah. But I have so much joy having that yarn in a sweater I'm going to wear, because every time I look at it, I remember my first sweater. So
Right.
I still have the joy of the first sweater. It's just I'm actually wearing it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that was a whole different perspective for me on frogging things that I've spent all that time knitting, but it just didn't turn out very well. Well, I'd rather just repurpose the yarn, and I've got memories now of 2 sweaters.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's
And my
great.
cat is like, "You need it for a bed." Anyway, okay, I'm
That's
done.
great.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Can I ask a technique question? So I'm doing stripy socks, 4 rows and then a color change, and 4 rows and a color change. Has anybody got a technique? I don't think there is one out there. I've done a lot of research on avoiding the jog on the color change. So you can see where the color change is, and no matter what technique I've tried, I'm still getting my little jog. It's going up the back of the sock, so it's not going to be an issue. But you still get tiny
so
little.
Yeah, YouTube has a few of them there that they do jogless.
I saw the neatest thing, and this is what I was going to try next when I did something. Aside from helical, which does work pretty well, I saw Carlos and Arnie. You know what they do?
No.
They just knit the sock, and then when they go to weave in the ends for the color change, they adjust on the back side to make the stitch smaller or
Even.
larger and make it disappear. And they
Oh, wow.
pull it, and they pull the yarn on the back.
Oh, there you go.
And it actually, I mean, in their YouTube video, it worked perfectly.
Yeah. Well, and they're pretty good. I like them.
Yeah, yeah.
I've done the
So
slip
I'm gonna
stitch.
try that.
Yeah.
I've done the slip stitch, and that takes some of the curse out of it,
Yeah,
but you still see
that's
it.
what I was gonna say too, is you work the first round normal, and then on the next round, you slip the first stitch of the round purl-wise
Yeah.
with the yarn in back. It works okay, but you can, if you're looking for it, you can still see.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
takes the curse out, but it's not.
And with
I
small
do.
stripes,
I do
think it
something
makes-
slightly different than that. I lift the purl bump from the stitch below and knit it together with the stitch,
Mhm.
and that makes
On the
that
second
stitch.
round.
What's that?
On the second row.
On the second round, yes. You start a new strand, knit all the way around, and then on the first stitch where the new color appeared, you pull up the purl bump from the row below and put it on the needle and knit the two together.
Oh,
And-
I like that.
And it really evens it out quite well.
Oh, well,
I wish
that's
Cindy
nice.
was here, because actually this is one of the issues you research in the level 1 of the Master Hand Knitter program. And so she's probably got even more more information about other ways to do it. There are a variety of techniques, and one is just a stitch. The other is what I suggested, and I'm sure there are many others.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. I shall give it a whirl.
The only thing I would add to those methods is changing the beginning of the round.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
But I do a combination of those methods where I have slipped the stitch or knitted the purl bump both, but I think it's important to change the beginning of the round once column to the left.
Right.
And
Okay.
then weaving the ends on the inside or the back is critical to making it pulled all together, no matter what method you use, I believe.
Mhm.
So I do agree with the Arnie and Carlos thing, because no matter what you do, you still have to tidy it up in the end. And usually you might have ends because you're cutting them every time you do a color change.
Yeah.
So
So
it's better to go ahead and weave those ends after about 3 rows to tidy that up. It's
I'm
a little
cutting
easier,
the
I
other
think,
side.
than
Yeah. So the
waiting.
grey is constant. So the grey is running all the way through. So I've got grey, then a colour, then grey, then a colour. So I'm carrying the grey all the way through. So I'm not cutting the grey.
Oh, okay. I see.
Cutting the other colours. Yeah. Yeah. But I'll try the pearl bump below one. So I'll give that a whirl. Thank you.
So, Serena, I had a question for you, because you've done a
Okay.
lot of the Phrancko hoodies. So
Okay,
that's one of his rare patterns that he does, like small, medium, large, extra large, right?
right.
When you've made them, what size have you made? Versus like, were they made for specific individuals?
Yes, they were, and both the individuals were very small people. And it was actually a son and mother, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were the same size.
Oh, wow.
And
Oh,
I
okay.
knitted, she's a very miniature kind of person.
Yeah.
And he's taking after her. Now, I did take their measurements, but I think I ended up knitting the same size for both of them and maybe just adjusting the arm length.
Okay.
And of course, I did it versus, I didn't purchase the pattern. It was from TKGA.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't purchase the pattern.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
it's published in Cast On Magazine.
Okay,
And
thank
I
you for
don't-
correcting that.
I don't sell the patterns, even though I have a right to after a year, but I never think to go back and do that. So,
Oh,
but the alternative I would suggest you consider, Sumner, is create the pattern on Phrancko.com and then use the pattern from the website to modify that pattern to adapt it to be a hoodie.
Mm.
I think that
Right. So I would get a crew neck to adapt it to be the hoodie, right?
exactly. And I think that would be straightforward for you to do. I mean, it requires some innovation, and the neckline is probably not going to be exactly the number of stitches it should be. So you might have to adjust the, either increase or decrease to create the neckline the right size for the beginning of the hood.
Yeah.
And also pay attention to how the collar is formed in a published pattern, because it's different than the one you would.
Right. And I like how the way the collar is formed, like what type of hood you did, where it comes out of the collar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
So I think it wouldn't be too hard to adapt to merge the two patterns into one that fits you perfectly.
Right.
Just an idea. You can
Yeah.
also just do the medium or large or whatever is your size.
Yeah, I think I was gonna do a large and then with my swatch and then see, but yeah. That's how I'm gonna approach it.
Okay.
Very excited to start, because
I was just teasing you about not getting started.
well, that's okay. It's been on my back burner for like ever, because I
Well,
love yarn
since before I even published it.
yeah, I've hated the yarn and I have it in my house, right? Does anyone want 10 skeins of baby blue? Like, come on. Instead it was denim. Hey, Cindy.
Hi,
Hi,
Cindy.
guys.
Oh,
Hi,
perfect.
Cindy.
The kids were here and they just left.
Okay.
And it was very fun, but I kept looking the count, like looking the clock. It's like, is everything fine? Oh yeah, everything's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go.
I didn't say anything. I was the good mom and grandma.
Oh,
We needed your input. You were missing for a
Oh
jog.
no.
yes.
Jogless jog from.
Okay, we have to go back to that because I told them you would have all the information on how to do a jogless jog.
All the information.
Because you researched it
one.
recently for your level
So
one.
what is it that you're trying to jogless jog?
Jenny is, you want to show her again?
Yeah. So I'm knitting 4 row stripes,
Mhm.
and it's the jog where you're changing the color.
Okay, where you're changing the colors like that.
Yeah.
What you're going to do is you knit where you're going to start knitting with the new color and go all the way around.
Yeah.
And then that first stitch of the new color, you're gonna
Yeah.
just slip it. So it kind of like pulls it up a little bit into line and then keep going.
Yep, that's what I do, and that's what Will said too.
And that works out really well. And the other piece is then when you're weaving in your ends with the colors, that there'll be one that's, because really, you know, as you're knitting, it doesn't go around, it goes up in a spiral.
yeah.
And so one is above the other. So what you want to do is you want to kind of pull one down a little bit and pull the other one up. So when you're weaving in your ends, you're going to go across the way the yarn would have gone if it would have kept going up and down, so that how you weave in your ends can help to even it out also. Does that make sense, Jenny?
Yes, that does. Thank you. I'll give that a go as well. Yeah.
Glad it could help.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I was very excited to show Cindy, who wasn't here, that I finished the body of my sweater.
Ooh,
My
you are so fast, Sumner. And
My V-neck.
it's beautiful. The color is gorgeous. Oh, the V-neck
I
is
love
very
it.
nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Yay. Very, very good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Had to
Oh,
show
your
you.
stitches are so even too.
Yeah, they're better than they used to be too. Like, thank you, Suzanne Bryan, right? Wow.
Yes, I agree. Totally agree.
Wow.
Thank you.
Like, you can knit for 30 years and you can still learn stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, I like it that we get to keep learning as we grow.
Yeah.
Me too.
So has Judith showed what she's working on?
Yes, you missed it.
Taking spotlight, Judy.
Well, I
My
will go back and
lying.
watch, but I missed. I will go back and watch.
We blinked.
This is
We
lying.
Judith
She's lying.
closes
No, well,
COVID.
last week she went first, remember? She just jumped right in.
Am I as red as my dress?
Well, we need a
You
few
are
people to
kind of
jump
red.
right in. So we're now down to the last quarter of the meeting and we haven't shared much at all. So who wants to share?
Judith.
Judith does. Judith really wants to, Frank.
I'm still working on my cardigan. Hold on. I'll just put my stuff. So. Both sleeves
You've
are
made a lot of
done.
progress though too. That's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
Oh,
pretty.
that looks so soft and lovely.
I love the
Wait,
halo.
wait, it's
Gorgeous.
like a
It is. It looks
mirage,
just like a cloud.
a
Yeah.
cloud, yes.
Wow.
Mhm.
So I still have
Beautiful.
a few rows of the ribbing and then I'll do the sewn Italian bind off and then picking up all around for the button band.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's turning out
Thank you.
great.
Well, I have
Next.
something new to show.
Oh, good.
This morning I started a new Phrancko. I've been so busy teaching, but today I had the whole day off, and so I woke up early and I started a Phrancko, and I got all the way.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
Look at that.
nice.
Great.
Wow.
Is that a
So,
saddle? Is that the saddle one?
No, this is just the crew neck.
Oh, okay, okay.
You can see here's the beginnings of
there's
my
your starting of your little
sleeve cap.
sleeve caps.
Right.
So
Very
there, and I've got my
nice.
short rows in there. I don't know how well you can see them, but they're in there. My
Yeah.
short rows.
Yeah.
I can
little
see
bit.
that you have them. I can't see where they are because you did a good job.
I did
but one
German
side
short
is-
rows.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're in
Very
there.
good.
And I'm gonna throw in some color work once I get down a little further past the top of the sleeve cap. I'm gonna throw in some color work. So here are the colors I've chosen.
Oh, that'll be
my
really
Oh, how
beautiful.
nice. Oh, wow. Look at
Very
that.
nice.
And I don't have patterns picked out or anything, so I'm sort of gonna make it up as I go. And so you can I'll see the surprise once I figure out what it's going to look like.
That's great. Fabulous.
Yeah.
That will be fun.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm
What
excited.
yarn are you using?
It's Knit Picks palette. Knit Picks palette.
Okay. What's
Nice.
what's the composition?
100% Peruvian wool, I think.
Okay.
Mhm,
Yeah. Peruvian Highland wool.
And it's
It
fingering.
splices really nicely.
Fingering.
Yeah. that-
Yeah, it's great. It's fingering. I'm knitting it 6 stitches to the inch, which I've done several times before, and I like it at that gauge. You know, it's so warm here in California that I like
Yeah.
a bit of a looser gauge because it makes the garment lighter.
Well, it looks like from the part that you had done that it's going to have a nice drape to it.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So how does it peel? How is it? How does it wear?
No, I mean, I guess all yarn eventually pills a little bit, but yeah, this one very little. Onto the arms.
Okay.
After quite a lot of wear, I do sometimes get some pilling with it, but no, it's a great yarn. I've used it a lot. I have several sweaters in it. It's a good price. It comes in over 100 colors. I don't know how
Yeah,
many
it's
colors. But it's
ridiculous.
a ton of colors.
Okay. So
And,
what is it? Knit Picks?
Palette.
Knit Picks palette. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's probably
They've got,
backwards.
I don't know, is it like 80 or 90 colors? It's something like that.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
It's
crazy.
a lot. Maybe I exaggerated. Maybe it's not 100, but it's a lot of colors. Yeah.
Woo!
And it's 231 yards on the ball, hand wash, dry flat, and the ball band says 7 to 8 inches on a 1 to a 3, and I'm getting 6 stitches on a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Nick Picks because it's all reasonably priced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much, yeah.
Yes, because Rowan is doing a knit along with a really
Yeah.
cool color work scarf, right, Sumner? It has beautiful patterns, but I think it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 or 9 balls of Rowan felted tweed. And I'm like,
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's $175.
That's a-
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Mortgage the house.
I love my hobby, but hello.
Yeah.
You want to eat too, right?
Yes.
Want to have my yarn and eat it too.
Right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to buy without guilt.
Jay.
So,
Yeah, I'm with you.
so I laid in bed and I thought, okay, I have this yarn, that yarn, but of course it wouldn't be as beautiful as if I just did a collection and purchased a selection of yarns together. So that sounds, and scarves I don't think would need such a durable yarn because,
No.
it's like a sweater. So thanks. That's well, I guess I should say no. Thank you, no. That's my
Knit Picks palette is on sale a bunch of it on Knit Picks right now, but it is $3.49 to $4.99 a yarn. And also when you first get to the website, if you sign up, you get, with your email, you get 15% off.
You are not helping me out very well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
All of us
Enabling.
have Knit Picks yarn.
we should add that that's a 50-gram skein, not
Right.
Yes, it is a
100-gram
50-gram
skein.
skein of
Yeah.
231 yards. But
That's right.
you would think for a scarf, you're not going to need, and particularly for using a
And
bunch of
really,
different
I think I
colors.
just want to make it as a cowl, because I don't really need
Yeah.
a Rowan displaying of their yarn and patterns. They're all beautiful, but I don't really need that. So I was thinking a cowl would be really nice. They
Yeah,
have
it looks like a huge number of the colors a bunch of colors are on sale for the
Cool.
$3.49 and the other stuff is $4.99. And at least for when they ship to me, they come really fast.
Okay,
Yes.
that's exciting. Thank you.
Yeah, I love them.
We
I turned
all
off
do.
my green screen processing because I thought the green in my sweater might
Ooh.
go invisible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
It's
cool.
turning out so
Gosh,
gorgeous.
nice.
too.
Look at
Love
that.
it.
Hmm.
That's
Wow,
And,
that's
um,
fun.
Beautiful.
You can see on this side is the pattern that's on the shoulders.
Yes.
And this is my last band of charting. And after this, I'm going to be just doing the teal color all the way down.
Oh, that's
Oh,
gonna be
all right,
nice.
nice, very nice.
I love the
Very
sleeve.
pretty.
That's
Notice that
great.
LBJ on the inside.
So here, let me see if I can show. There's the shoulder in contrast to what's going around the sides,
Hmm.
the front and
I
back.
love it.
Oh, wow, look at that.
I
Nice.
like it.
Very nice.
Now, have you
And-
tried that on yet?
And do what?
Have you tried that on yet?
No, I haven't.
Because like you're just so confident in you know, through experience.
Well, I
Yeah.
just
How
finished.
many
I
sweaters
just
have you
finished
done?
one that's the same pattern, you know, and it
Okay.
fits fine. So,
Okay.
of course, it was different yarn, and I may have to block it aggressively to make it fit. I do that sometimes if it's too small.
We all do that sometimes.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah.
speak for
Yes,
yourself.
I am pretty
don't
confident
do
that it will just fit.
No.
All right.
Cindy doesn't do that.
I'm lying.
She always knits perfectly, of course.
Yes, I always knit to gauge, says the person that had to do a second fast. Yeah, always.
Yeah.
You guys are my aspirations, where I'm headed.
Yeah. That's fun.
Let's see if I was right. If I hold this up, oh, it shows
Oh,
okay.
it still does okay.
I
Yeah.
thought,
Weird. A lot of
Yeah.
times it disappears.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
it
I
would.
don't know.
I didn't try it in advance.
It didn't.
Yeah, that's great.
So
Well,
who else has something to show us?
Did
Ronnie.
Oh, Ronnie.
Ronnie, what you got?
Do you have me muted?
No,
Yeah.
we
No.
hear ya.
We can hear you.
Well, look
All
at
right,
that.
so this
Look at
is
this.
my blanket.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Lovely.
That is
Looks like
Love
log
that print.
cabin.
So yeah, we're gonna do the same colors on the top as is on the bottom. So I'm gonna end with that. It's a ginger snap is what it says, that brown. And then
Oh,
it's
wow.
cobalt and then light gray. And then I'm back in the blue. So I've got a couple more repeats to do in the blue, and then I'll do the brown again, and then I'll be done. So
That's
Really
phenomenal.
like it.
Gorgeous.
It's a very nice pattern.
yeah, it's
It
a
is.
double basket weave, and it's
Double
in,
basket weave. I was going to ask.
yeah,
about that.
double basket weave, and I'm using Cascade Pima cotton.
Mm.
Oh,
Nice.
So I'm hoping it's gonna bloom a little bit, but we'll see. I'm gonna dry it in the dryer first time out, so.
Are you liking the feel of
Maybe it'll
knitting?
Wait,
flip
with Pima?
dry it in the dryer? Yeah, I think you might shrink it a lot if you do that.
Yeah.
That'll be all right. It can
Try
be-
your swatch. Try your swatch first, Ronnie. Do a
Yes.
swatch first before you do the whole big thing.
swatch.
Well, this is what I made my sweater out of. My first show.
Oh, so have you dried that in the dryer
I
or
dried
not?
it in the dryer, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then
Really?
you're
I laid it
right.
outside for a long time to let it dry, and it, like, I don't know, it just wouldn't dry out there for some reason.
Yeah.
I didn't leave it long enough, I guess, but so I just put it in the dryer. I'm thinking, well, it's 100% cotton. It's in the dryer.
Mm.
And if it shrinks a little bit, that won't be too bad because I miscalculated my upper arm measurement. And I think that's the problem I've had with my extra in the middle on my other sweater too. I think I miscalculated my upper arm length, and that made more in the middle for some reason. We'll do it again, and I'll have a pattern in my yoke next time. So
Excellent.
I apologize for my phone started ringing. I didn't know what to do, and I couldn't, and the whole board went off my screen, and I couldn't find mute and everything. So thanks for muting. I've got a
I don't think I
9-year-old
noticed.
great. I've got a 9-year-old great nephew that I think he got a new iPad, and he wanted to show me. And yes, he calls me all the time. We play Roblox. So
Oh, nice.
How cute.
Yeah, I don't think
missed
you
last
came in
week
as
also. I wanted
disturbing
to
with
tell you
your
all
phone.
this. I'm sorry. I missed last week I think a lot of y'all know my wife died in 2018, and I haven't really been looking for anything else, but this lady in the yarn store started talking to me one day.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
And last Saturday we went out. That was
Yeah,
Cool.
very
Oh, my
nice.
goodness.
I lost my wife in 2018. She lost her husband in 2017. She hasn't done anything. We met at the yarn store. Man, is meant to be, right?
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
That is
Oh,
such a
that's
fun
fun.
story.
very nice.
Have you shared your yarn stash with her yet?
She's seen it. Seen it.
Hey,
She's,
that's getting personal
I
now.
know.
She's more of
It is,
a,
isn't it? Yeah.
she's
Like,
more of a
I'll go out with you,
realtor.
but you can't touch my yarn.
That's phenomenal.
That's awesome.
That's
Love
so
that.
nice of you to share that with us, Ronnie. It's,
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's some cool stuff.
Just one more reason to take up knitting as a hobby.
You meet
Oh.
the nicest people, right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
You meet
true.
the nicest people.
I have a great story to tell, but she has even a better one.
Yeah.
That's her.
Because she met you.
Yeah, she met a man at a yarn store.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true. That's
A
true.
heterosexual. Yeah.
A man with yarn money. Yes, that's great. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
fun.
boy.
So I have a neighbor he works in technology in like programming. And isn't that what you did, Kathy?
Yeah. I had two male colleagues, both married, both knitters.
Yeah.
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 I think a lot of tech guys like knitting, it's relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got that detail to it. It's the same as in
Well,
programming.
Yeah. But
Knitting is really very math oriented.
Yes.
yeah.
Right.
So he's like a
It
math
is.
guy, and he's gonna come over later. I gave him some swatch homework because he's been knitting for like 8 years and just needs some help like tightening things up. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna give him a few like lessons. Just as a neighborly thing. But
Very cool.
yeah, and Frank, you did programming, right?
Yes, for 28 years.
Yeah.
Well, plus another
Plus,
20 working on my website. No, I haven't.
Yeah. Like, that's a
No,
lot.
that's more like 7 years I've spent working on the website.
It feels like 20.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ronnie, what did
Yeah,
what,
in
what
fact,
did you
I
do?
also found that writing patterns for sweaters triggered or activated the same part of my brain that writing programs for computers did.
I
Yeah.
think so too.
Because you have to be very detailed. Every mark has meaning. You've got these abbreviations that turn into a foreign language that are coded.
Yeah.
And your abbreviations have to be right. If you put a comma where you mean to have a semicolon in either one, it can be confusing to the reader. So there's just lots of details that have to be paid attention to when you're writing programs or sweater patterns,
Yeah.
knitting patterns of any type.
Right.
Summer, could you briefly tell me about the I forgot her name, like how you learned how to knit without ridges and rows?
Oh, Suzanne Bryant.
Yeah, Suzanne. Yeah. Is that a
So-
course that you were taking?
I am. I'm in her boot camp, and I got on a waiting list. It probably took me 9 months to get in,
Okay.
but I think it may be her last boot camps because she is not well.
Oh,
But
okay.
she's also changed it a little bit, so it's still worth looking at. So now it's more of a self-paced, but we're still going to be going through the entire boot camp.
Okay.
There was a scare for a moment that she was going to just end it,
Oh, wow.
but she's not. And so we're all going through the boot camp, and she still has other classes. It's just more self-paced rather than to be so rigid.
Okay. All
So
right.
I would definitely go to her website, susanbryant.com, and then look her up on YouTube and definitely subscribe
Mm.
because you'll get a lot of good information.
Yeah,
I think,
YouTube, she's got way more than 100 videos.
oh yeah,
On
Oh, yeah.
all sorts of
I
stuff.
think
It's
she's got
very, very good.
2,000 videos.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Oh my
It's in the
goodness.
thousands.
she's
Yes,
probably the
It's a
premier
lot.
knitter in the United States to date. Like,
Yeah.
there is no better, right?
And she has a Facebook group.
Yeah, she's like the
Mhm.
pinnacle of
5,000
knitting.
people.
Like, it's amazing.
I've subscribed and watched a lot of her videos because they're very technical and excellent.
Precise.
Excellent. But I didn't realize she had a boot camp.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that was Cindy giving me information on that because Cindy went through the
Okay.
boot camp. And then when Cindy was going through the boot camp, I signed up and I just got in. Because there's that many people she has put through.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm jealous of your stockinette knitting.
Well,
Yeah,
let
I'm-
me also add that there is another teacher that we recommend for taming tension, as it's called. She
Okay.
teaches a class called Taming Tension that you can get through tkga.org. The teacher's name is Binka Schwan, and she's just a delightful person and wonderful to work with. And she has helped a lot of people get their tension corrected with
Yeah.
this course.
Yeah,
I,
Cindy
I
went
took
there,
the
right?
taming tension from Bika, and excellent. And
Excellent.
it is one-on-one, and she looks at your stuff very carefully and just is really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
but you don't have to be scared. She's really nice, very approachable. She really is. It's like she wants to help you solve your problems that you have for your tension.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Well, thanks for those resources. I appreciate it.
Well, we have gone a couple of minutes over our time, so I think it's time for us to say so long for another week. Thank you all for coming, and it's been another delightful meeting.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye. Have a nice
Bye.
week, everyone. Stay safe.